What's up, superstars? Welcome back to Crypto Cornucopia, where you come for the latest crypto news, education, and a path to prosperity. I do hours of research in YouTube University, so you don't have to. Like, subscribe, share, and use the links below, not just for the information, but to help my channel out. YouTube loves that. Ask me questions so that I know what you want to learn about. Put them in the comments below. And watch out for scammers down there. If it looks weird, it is weird. Remember, I am not a financial advisor. This is just financial opinion. Today is October 16th, 2021, and we're going to go over the bullish crypto news, and there's a lot of it. But we'll ground you at the end of this. All right, Uniswap taps former Obama campaign spokesperson to handle communications. Found this on Altcoin Daily, and I'd like to know what you think of that. I believe it's adoption and possible lobbying for the crypto market, which we have not had a lot of news on. So I find this very bullish. I think that we need more ins in our government so that they start making the right decisions. I don't think they have the right information. Next up, we have the crypto market decentralized exchange. Uniswap has been making some interesting hires, latest being a communications expert with close ties to the Democrat Party. Former senior spokesperson for Barack Obama, Harry Sivugan, has joined the Uniswap Labs team, according to protocol founder Hayden Adams, who welcomed him aboard on October 14th. So again, this says to me that we're trying to have somebody communicate, be a liaison for the crypto industry. And one of the reasons I feel that Uniswap is doing that is they've taken some heat for airdrops, and the SEC saying that they're going to investigate them. And right now they want to make sure they have somebody representing them. I think that's great for the crypto industry as a whole. Let me know what you think down below. Next up, Flow integrates Filecoin storage services to make NFTs more decentralized. So when you see a collaboration like this, that means that both of these particular tokens, Flow and Filecoin, are going to see a boost. So watch out for these type of headlines. Go ahead and take a look in CoinGecko for Flow and FIL and see what the price is doing. But Dapper Labs, they are big into gaming and NFTs, and I've seen them do a lot lately. They've been in the news a lot, so keep watching them. That might be something that you want to do more research on and possibly invest in. Okay, AJ Monte from Market Rebellion, they call him the options oracle, and I've been watching him for a few weeks now and just writing down what he's been saying and predicting, and he's been nailing it. Now, he does traditional markets, but this particular one is the ETH Grayscale Trust. So it's a way for investors to get into ETH without actually owning it. So he's predicting that the Grayscale ETH Trust is going to go down by next week, and he's buying in at 30. So right now it's at 35. He was specifically saying these two Doge candles, Doji, I think that they're called, Doji candles, that represents uncertainty, and most likely, since this is hitting a level of resistance, it's going to be going down, and he's going to be buying between 28 and 30. So it's ETHE, as a matter of fact here. So if you want to look at it in the traditional markets, if you like to dabble in that, take a look at it, and then just watch for it next week. See what happens here. See if he was right, and then go watch him. He's got a lot of other things that he talks about. It goes over the spider and a few other indexes, but he does that once a week on Fridays. I highly suggest you check it out. The other thing that he was talking about is, as an investor, you have to know what's going on in the economy. You have to understand on a macro scale what's happening. And what he was talking about is this update on the supply chain crisis. Now, what they're showing is in Long Beach and Los Angeles, okay, they have over 40 ships just sitting out there for whatever reason, can't be loaded or unloaded. So this is all over. But the issue is that there is if they're taking too long in one location, that means other things get backed up. And so, for example, in trucking, if this can't get unloaded, then the trucks are sitting there waiting for the shipment. So this looks like it's getting worse and worse, and it's something to keep your eye on. Now, Florida said that the government said they will take containers away from these other locations and unload them here. But unfortunately, he's getting some pushback, and politics are getting in the way for that. But this has been an ongoing crisis, and it's something to keep your eyes on to see if that's going to start affecting the other markets. All right, this is Ellio Trades. He's talking about gaming being the next big wave when the market slows down. Now, when I was watching the video, he was talking as if the ETF has already gone through, but what's actually happening is NASDAQ has put in the application for them. Now, yes, this is very far in the process, but that doesn't mean that it's a done deal. So just a side note there. All right, but when it comes to gaming, he is an excellent gaming and NFTs, excellent person to follow. And he brought up these D-race, and he thinks that gaming, when this particular cycle ends, slows down, is going to pick up because there are so many gamers out there. And essentially, if you get bored with this market and there's nothing happening, there's not all this bullish news going on, then you're going to go out and venture into other things. You're going to have more time, and he thinks that gaming is going to be that. And this actually goes back to that Dapper Flow Labs. That's what they do, gaming and NFTs. All right, so Bitcoin launches. Not Bitcoin, Binance. Binance launches a $1 billion fund for the Binance Smart Chain. Now, what does that mean? That means that he wants developers, projects. He wants developers to come over for the projects, and in those projects provide better yield farming and liquidity. So he's offering that to them. So you're going to see a boost in BNB. That is the token for Binance, ticker number BNB. You'll see a jump in that. Pancake swap, which we talked about in the last video. And if you're having that much money go into a project, you're going to see a boost all the way around. So keep an eye out for Binance Smart Chain. All right, so this is Crypto Lark. He's talking about Ethereum turning bullish after more than 500,000 ETH burned. After EIP 1559 went through, it was an update to the Ethereum protocol. They found a way to actually burn Ethereum so that it becomes deflation. Well, not deflationary yet, but they're creating Ethereum every single day. But the fact that they're transacting so much, they're burning as well. So last year, I believe they had 1 million ETH printed, and already there's 500 this year that has been burned. So that is 50% of the supply that's been printing. And they're suggesting that in the latest report, the combined market capitalization of Bitcoin and Ethereum surpasses top banks and financial institutions. The implementation of 1559 has wiped 500,000 Ether from circulating supply, creating a supply shortage, which means that it's not on the exchanges. Analysts have predicted that ETH price will continue to climb upward and set 6,000 as the next price. All right, so Pantera Capital is really huge in this space, and they invest a lot of money. So I don't see them like JP Morgan putting out false news and things that are trying to divert you away. They just essentially put out the facts, is what I found from them. All right, still with Crypto Lark. Again, bullish news, adoption, and becoming mainstream. You have Reese Witherspoon. Just bought my first NFT. I'm learning so much. Would love to know about amazing women creating NFTs. So, do I think it's great that Reese Witherspoon is out there doing that? Particularly, I don't really care. But this just shows that it's becoming more and more popular, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. And he was saying that Snoop Dogg replied to her further down the chain there. All right, next up we have US acceptance, and now US is invested. So US leads world in Bitcoin mining after China cracked down since industry overseas. So a few months ago, China says, okay, Bitcoin miners, get out of here. You are no longer allowed to be here. So they moved out to Kazakhstan, other European countries, and into the United States. So now the point is that if you have so many companies coming over here to mine Bitcoin, and it is essentially a sort of hub, and we have, I think it's about 33% was the number of mining in the United States. That means we're vested now. It means that, okay, it's part of our economy. Adoption. Industry's huge use of electricity could present an awkward question for Joe Biden ahead of the climate talks. Yeah, but I don't really see that because a lot of it's in Texas, and Texas has its own grid, and they use a lot of renewable energy there. So, all right, so this is what we're going to finish up with. It's a Wall Street cheat sheet, the psychology of a market cycle. And last time we talked about market cycles, you need to be aware of what's going on and what's happening. And I'm just going to run through this real quick. All right, so this is price on the left and then time on the right. So in the chart, disbelief, this rally will fail like the others. That's at the bottom here. This is hope, a recovery is possible. Optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, which is where the selling happens, capitulation, and then you're completely out. Anger after the fact as nothing's happening and it's going sideways. Depression because it's taking so long and you haven't made your gains. And then disbelief. And then it starts all over again. Okay, so you see this over and over. Just understand that when there is euphoria, when you're hearing about everybody talking about it, that's a point of maximum financial risk. Remember, one of the quotes we said is be fearful when others are greedy at the top and greedy when others are fearful. Okay, so this is where the money's made, the point of maximum financial opportunity. So you have to take a look in the cycle and find out where we are. Where do you think we are? And right now, I think we're in belief. We're not so much in thrill, and we're definitely not in euphoria just yet. Okay, and I don't think we're in any of these. So the beautiful thing is this: if this is where we are in the cycle, this is what we have to look forward to. Okay, and this cycle could be 6 months. It can be a year. It depends on how you want to look at it. I like to look at it in 6 month cycles. For example, from December into about May or June, we had a huge runoff and then it dropped off. Okay, and then it basically looked exactly like this. Okay, and now we're back over here, flip back over here, and we're moving past disbelief, optimism, belief. Okay, so that's, I believe, where we are. And just notice that this is the way the cycle goes, and it's important for you to realize that. All right, guys, thank you so much. If you made it this far, just want to say that I appreciate you, and please leave your comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.